Let's talk about the Venda people of South Africa. Their story goes way back. Imagine a super old past, kind of mysterious. We have to put together the pieces of their beginnings. Clues from their language, also called Venda, help us. It connects them to a big movement of people called the Bantu migration. This changed Africa a lot. About 2,000 years ago it started. Groups speaking Bantu languages traveled all over the continent. They brought their language, culture, and skills with them. The Venda ancestors were probably part of this. Over many years they moved south. They made their homes in the good land that is now South Africa. There they settled down. Their story was just beginning. Picture a Venda village, busy with activity. Homes are spread around. These aren't just houses, they mean family and belonging. In the middle is a fenced area for animals. Cows are super important. They mean wealth and status. The families meet at the community area. Farming is a big part of life. Men and women work together. Men care for the cows and crops like sorghum. Women grow corn and veggies in the fields. Family is everything. Venda society is built on it. Older people have wisdom and are in charge. They guide everyone. Kids learn from stories and by watching. The Venda people have a rich spiritual life. They believe in a highest being, Rungu. Rungu made everything and keeps it going, but Rungu is far away. People connect with the divine through ancestors. They're like messengers. They give advice and protection. The Venda honor them with special actions and gifts. Very important is this is a holy python. It represents good luck and having babies. Hurting is forbidden. The Venda respect their healers. They have old knowledge. They use plants and rituals. They help sick people and talk to the spirit world. Let's look at Venda art. It's full of bright colors and lots of details. Their art shows how connected they are to nature. Carving wood is a big tradition. Skilled artists make detailed figures. They show ancestors, animals, and everyday life. Every piece has a story. Music and dancing are important in Venda culture. Drums play during ceremonies, rituals, and parties. Telling stories is a special art. Around small fires, stories come to life. These stories teach history, values, and wisdom. They connect different generations. A kingdom grows. The Venda kingdom and Thoho Yandu, the Venda story changes a lot. A strong leader shows up, King Thoho Yandu. He brings all the Venda people together. The Venda kingdom gets stronger. It controls important trade routes. Ivory, salt, and gold pass through its borders. The kingdom becomes rich and powerful. Thoho Yandu is a good and fair king. He creates a government. He wants peace and success for everyone. His time as king is a golden age for the Venda. There are lots of stories about Thoho Yandu. People say he had magic. He could change the weather. He could disappear. He becomes a legend. Big changes, colonial times and fighting back. Things change in Africa. European colonialism causes problems. The Venda kingdom has new worries. In the 1800s, the Boers come. They are European settlers who want land. Fights happen between the Boers and the Venda. The Venda fight back hard. They are brave under their king, Makado. They know the land well and use it to help them. They fight a different kind of war against the Boers who have better weapons. Even though they resist, the Venda are defeated. The kingdom becomes part of the South African Republic. The Venda people lose their freedom. A new beginning, Venda during apartheid. South Africa changes again. Apartheid, a system of separating people by race, gets stronger. The Venda people, like all black South Africans, are treated unfairly. During apartheid, the government makes homelands, or Bantustans. These are supposed to be areas where different black groups can govern themselves. In 1979, Venda is called an independent homeland, but it's not really independent. The South African government still controls it. The Venda people don't believe in this system. They keep fighting for a real democracy. Keeping traditions, Venda culture, today. In 1994, apartheid ends. South Africa has its first real elections. Nelson Mandela, a hero of the fight against apartheid, becomes president. The Venda homeland is part of South Africa again. The Venda people are citizens again, even with all the hard times. The Venda people kept their culture. Their traditions, language and beliefs are still strong. Today, Venda culture is a bright part of South Africa. The Venda people are proud of who they are. They want to keep their traditions alive for the future. A trip through time, remembering Venda strength. We've looked at the Venda people's story. From their early days to now, it's a story of strength, adapting, and the power of culture. The Venda people have had many problems. They've moved, built kingdoms, fought against colonialism, and lived through apartheid. Through it all, they've kept their identity. Their story shows us that culture changes. It's alive and grows over time. The Venda people have changed with the times, but kept their important values. We can learn from them. Their story teaches us about unity, strength, and remembering where we come from, even when things are hard.